Well, the film is called 10 Years Later, and it's the story of a girl. My character's name is Kyra Lee, and 10 years after I've left my hometown, I come back for my reunion, and I come in contact with a man who has raped me. So it's a very dark. It has a very dark start, and then all my friends come together, and it's a celebration of people coming back together with this really, with that hanging over us the entire reunion.
Now, I don't want to make my interview dark, but how was it playing somebody that had been raped?
It was really, I did a lot of work. I went to a couple of clinics, and I spoke with so many women, and it was a fantastic opportunity to be a voice for these, because these women are so strong, and these stories that people that we were filming in San Luis Obispo that were on set when I was filming, and Tom Waits, we have 2 of his songs in the film, and one during a scene that he saw, and personally him and his wife, they saw the scene, and like, we have to be part of this movie, so they gave us 2 songs I think are really going to make, you're really going to enjoy that portion of the film.
So do you feel that this movie and all the research that you had to do and for it has changed you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, every role, it's like a role comes to you at such a specific time in your life, and I think as soon as I read this script, I knew I had to be this character's voice, and it was such a supportive cast too, so to go through that journey all together, it's a really sweet, it's a therapeutic way to, I think, work out.
Now, you're on the cover of the poster, and you're leaning against the red car. Explain, you look a little edgy or a little sassy. Explain that to us.
I was the wild child in high school of this group. It's about 6 friends that come back together 10 years after they've graduated for their reunion, and I have not been back to this town since I left, so it's my first time to see all of my friends, and no one has heard from me for 10 years, so I definitely, I bring a little bit of life back into the town.
And back in high school for you personally, what were you like?
I grew up on a mountain in Tennessee, so I had a very strong Southern accent, and I was a theater kid. I mean, I did plays, and then I took off for New York when I was 17, so I was a little fearless and quite independent.
And have you been back home?
I have. I'm actually going back tomorrow. I'm shooting a documentary in Defeated, Tennessee, where my grandmother grew up. And in a similar vein, my grandmother hopped in the back of a pickup truck when she was 26 and moved to Nashville. And I hopped on a plane when I was 17 and moved to New York. So we have some feisty women in our family.
What's the documentary about?
It's about Defeated, Tennessee. It's a town called Defeated, which is next to Difficult. And we follow 2 girls that are leaving this town through. It's such a beautiful, beautiful, sleepy southern town, but it's still called Defeated. So like what that it brings with it, and we brought my 90-year-old grandmother back to her hometown for the first time since she left. So it's a pretty special piece.
And if you were going for your 10-year reunion, is there anything anybody that you would personally thank, or anybody you would say, look at me now, or anything?
Oh, I had some fantastic teachers that I still keep in touch with. My English teacher from my senior year in high school, and my whole family is still back in this town. So hopefully I'll have a boyfriend by the time. Are you supposed to bring like a great guy home with you? Maybe that'll work. I won't have to just bring my brother. But he makes quite a date. So to my 10-year reunion, I might drag him along.
Okay, then one quick question on that line before I let you go. What's your type?
Funny, and that's all it takes. A couple laughs, and we've got some really great men in this film, though. So I hope you enjoy it. Are you going to be able to watch it tonight? Oh, good.
Thank you so much. I'll keep my eyes out for somebody funny.
Oh, yeah.
And enjoy.